Hello everyone, this is a special video today called Cooking with Hoot and Christine. Not called Cooking with Christine and Hoot, because I do most of the cooking. So people always ask, how can you go on the road like this? We've been traveling now since January, basically, went home for a little bit, without going broke. Well, we cut a lot of corners here and there to save money. We don't own a home. We got no mortgage. We got rid of everything. The only thing we own is a car that our son Matthew has in St. Louis. So we have no bills, really. So when we come out and travel, what we pay for our apartment, what we pay for rent, usually that's what our mortgage would normally be. So we got no cable bills, no electric bills, whatever. And just here's the one tip here too. Right now we're in Antalya, Turkey. And the place we're at was pretty reasonably priced. Well, you got to check the fine print. The host wanted to charge us utilities, right? Was it just electric or just all utilities?
Said utilities.
Utilities. So I just refuse to stay somewhere where you don't know what the utilities are going to be. You don't know how much electric you're going to use, or water, or gas, or whatever. So I told Christine, just send the host a message, and she did, and she agreed to. The host agreed to waive utilities fee, so save money there.
Easily done in the off season. Maybe not so easily done had this been peak time.
Exactly. We're here in the off season, so who knows if they would have done it then. But we haven't been traveling in the on season anyways. So here we are in the apartment, and we usually eat breakfast at home almost 100% of the time, I would say, right?
When we're on a long-term stay.
Exactly.
This has been a month,
right.
So we can buy the seasonings and product we need.
If we're at a place for a day or two, even 3-4 days, we probably go out all the time, even at a hotel. We try to, when we do book a hotel, we try to get a place that offers free breakfast. Mm-hmm. And then we'll do the breakfast, and then for lunch we kind of just snack, and then we have a big dinner. And dinner, I would say we probably eat at home. We're on long traveling more than we eat out, right?
On long traveling? Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, on long stays. A month or more. 3 weeks or more.
Right. And then when you look at some of our videos, you'll see a lot of reviews from restaurants. That's, kind of I wouldn't say rare, but, we eat dinner usually at home. Maybe go out once, twice a week, I would say.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, for dinner. So we have like our go-to meals that are kind of simple to make. Cheeseburgers, spaghetti, hot dogs we usually do for lunch. Barbecue chicken with rice, and I kind of perfected the rice actually. We found in the Europe it's hard to find Minute Maid rice, instant rice. So I've been cooking rice from scratch and doing pretty good with it now. What are some other meals that we eat? Oh, sometimes we'll go to a shopping mall or a grocery store, and we'll pick up seasoned chicken and we'll just cook that. Mm-hmm. Either have it with bread or rice. Even the little snack shops in the cafeterias they have in the grocery stores are kind of good food and reasonably priced. So you get that stuff to go. But the one thing to remember when you check into your apartment, if you're especially a long stay, if you plan on cooking, go through all the cabinets and drawers, see what kind of supplies and cookware you have. You don't want to go out and do some shopping, come home and you don't have the cookware to make whatever you're going to make.
And on occasion you'll find seasonings and things inside basic staples that people have left prior, so you don't have to necessarily replace those.
Right. Just go through the drawers and see what you have. And I made that mistake. I think it was in Spain. I bought a frozen pizza, and
no oven.
Came home. There was no oven. Like here, we have no oven in Antalya. Mm-hmm. But you know what? There's a YouTube video for everything. I wound up making a stovetop pizza in a pan that turned out pretty good.
Yeah, it's all right.
Right. So here we are now. One of our other go-to meals. I'm going to show you how we make it. It's the pan stovetop kabobs. This is something my mom taught me, and very simple. I don't want to bore you guys with, you know, the cheeseburgers or spaghetti stuff I make, but you know, here in Antalya, we go shopping, probably grocery shopping, what, every 2-3 days?
Sure. Yeah.
And about $45 to $55 worth of groceries every time we go. But you know, that includes all the breakfast stuff. Usually breakfast will have cereal, jam, toast,
Eggs,
the omelets, tea. She's got to have her Red Bull.
Gotta have the Red Bull.
I can't find 500 Energy anywhere in Europe. And then we'll pick up some you know, supplies for lunch and dinner, so it's fresh. Beef, chicken, salads. Usually the salads I like just cucumbers and tomatoes is what we've been eating. So without further ado, I'm going to show you how we make our pan kebabs with the rice. Very simple.
Very fitting Middle Eastern meal for turkey.
Yeah, very simple. Here are our supplies. We have about 1.5 pounds of ground beef, 2 tomatoes, an onion, the cucumbers for the salad, and I'm actually going to pull out one more tomato for the tomato salad, and the 2 tomatoes that go with the kebabs. So our rice is right here, a cup of rice, and then you need a grater to grate the onion. It needs to be finely grated and then mixed in with the ground beef. And then you need the pan for the kebabs with the lid. You need the strainer to wash the rice, and then the pot and the cover for the rice. And the cutting board to cut the tomatoes and the cucumbers for the salad and the onions to grate. So what we're going to do is we're going to wash this rice inside that strainer. You're going to run it under cold water for about a minute. Swish it around. You want to get all the toxins or whatever it is that's in the rice out. And then you're going to use, now this is short grain, so we got about a cup, and we're going to put a cup and a half of water, or a cup and a quarter of water inside of here. We're going to bring it to a boil, and then once it comes to a boil, we're going to turn it down to a simmer and then cover it for 15 minutes. And then you make sure that cover does not come off during that time. And I thought it was all a joke when my mom would be cooking. I'd lift the cover and she'd slap me in the hand. But that's how it cooks. You got to trust the timer and let it cook inside that pan. The pot, I mean. And the whole thing takes about 20 to 30 minutes to cook. And it's under probably 10 or 12 bucks for a meal. And you're going to have some leftovers here too. So let's begin. All right, so we got our about 1.5 pounds of ground beef there. We got our onion grated finely. And one thing I forgot to mention is probably want to season that meat a little bit with salt and pepper. And Christine has the rice. And go ahead and start washing, please. Yep, just swoosh it in there for about a minute or two. So it's nice and clean. And then when she's done with that, we're going to put it in the pan here. Add 1.25 cups of water, and then let it come to a boil. And add some salt to that too. And once we mix the onions in with the ground beef and season it with salt and pepper, we're going to press it all in there, and then let that cook. So our rice is on high heat. Add a little bit of salt to your tasting. Our meat kebab is in the pan uncovered at medium heat. Now, when that cooks, when the bottom part becomes brown, we're going to cut that into sections and then flip it over. I did put a little bit of olive oil on the bottom of that, the meat, depending on what percentage fat ground beef you're using. You may not need it, but a little bit won't harm. What we're going to do with the tomatoes, for now, we're going to poke some holes in them, put them in the microwave, and let it cook for about 5 minutes. If you don't have a microwave, don't worry about it. I'll show you that part when we get to it. Right, our rice is coming to a boil, so you're gonna stir it a little bit. Cover and turn the heat down to simmer. Now, cover stays on for 15 minutes. Christine's going to set the timer for us for 15 minutes. And our kebab is just about brown underneath. So what I'm going to do is cut that into squares, 4 squares, and then flip it over on the other side. And my tomatoes are in the microwave cooking for about 5 minutes. So I flipped the kebabs over, and here are the tomatoes out of the microwave. These go right inside the pan on top of our kebabs, and then the cover gets put on just like that. And you know, that's not the right cover for that pan, but we do the best we can with what we have. Now the rice still has about another 8 minutes or so to cook. I did turn the heat up a little bit on the kebabs because I thought it wasn't going fast enough, but now I'm going to turn it down. Because we're going to have to wait for the rice. So now we just wait. Once the rice is ready, the kebabs will be ready. Once the 15 minutes is up on the rice, you're going to take it off the heat and leave it covered for 5 to 10 minutes. So it'll be nice and fluffy. If you want to add butter to it, that's up to you. In the meantime, I'm going to make our cucumber tomato salad while we're waiting for this to cook. Kabobs are ready. I turned the heat off on that. 15 minutes are up for the rice. I set it on the side for an additional 5 to 7 minutes, ideally. Covered still. And I made my cucumber tomato salad. So we're just waiting a couple minutes for the rice. And then what I'm going to do is put the rice in this bowl and put the kebabs and the tomatoes on top. And it'll be ready to eat then. I will add a little bit of butter to the finished product of the rice. All right, we're just about done. So the rice was sitting here for about 7-8 minutes. I'm going to pull this over, take the top off, show you what it looks like. Perfect rice, look at that. I'm going to mix in some butter in there. And then I'm going to put it in my bowl and put the kebabs on top with the tomatoes and show you the finished product. So here's the finished product. We got the kebabs, tomatoes, the rice underneath, and cucumber tomato salad. I'm having a bottle of beer. Christine's having a glass of wine. And this whole meal is costing us maybe $10-12, including the drinks. Bon appetit.